EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans.
Joey Slye taking on for Tennessee.
With my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, Joey Slye set to get this one going. And we are underway here on EA Sports. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Locked up, gravity line.
Regular play action now with Milroe. He's going to test this secondary right away. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Elijah Arroyo was the intended target. And that will lead to a second down. Out of the gun, it's Milroe. That's to the rookie from Miami, Elijah Arroyo. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Hot 70, hot 70.
Milroe going to throw it again. Shaheed with the catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. They get 24 on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
To throw again is Milroe. That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Seattle. His 4th TD grab of the season.
And this is certainly what they've wanted to do all season long, and it's a huge reason, Mike, for this winning streak. Their ability to jump teams early and play with a lead. Everything is so much easier for the coach, for the offense, for the defense. Playing with a lead in the NFL is the ultimate position to be in.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead.
Michael Dixon taking on for Seattle.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
They'll run it with Tony Pollard. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
At the 26.
Got it. Ready.
Second down and 6 now from the 26.
Let's go now. Cowboy 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
From the gun, here's Ward. That's Tony Pollard. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
Ready?
Pollard. He'll manage to work this forward to the 37. DeMarcus Lawrence there on the stop.
He's brought down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put it into that play really before it ever got started.
Kevin Byron. Here we go. Set. Back to 60. Pass, go.
Throwing on third down, Ward. He's got his tight end, Massaconquo. They get 18 on the pitching count. First down for Tennessee.
And the Titans, first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Come on.
On the ground, this is Kalo Mullen. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Brings up second and
From the
9.
46. Here's second down and 9.
70 Lions. Ready?
Out of the gun, Ward. Flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
That's another.
A gain there of 16 yards. That's good for a Titan first down.
19 Tiger. Panther 11.
Shotgun snap for Ward. That one caught is Chimway DK. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
4 yards. Complete to Chimray DK.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches.
On the Seahawks 21-yard line.
6. Ready?
Up the middle, here comes Pollard. Open space inside the 10. And he will score! Tony Pollard. Touchdown Titans. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. You watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. They come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Joey Slye to kick off for Tennessee.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out, per the new rule, to the 35-yard line.
Hawk 70.
They'll go play action with Milroe. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Milroe on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Milroe. That's taken in, and he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game. They convert on 4th down.
Love the idea of going for it on 4th down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on 4th down is definitely...
That is intercepted. Hit by the rookie out of Penn State. And the Titans will take over at their own 15.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Trap 60. Go streak.
The drive starts. It's a carry by Collie. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second.
Touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. We're back in Music City after this. Titans football here to start quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd down and 12 to go.
Come on. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Back to throw is Ward. Rolling right. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Reek Woolen that time. Good coverage, and he breaks it up.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he's not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Once again, it's Walker. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Okay, ready? Cowboy 80.
The try and run it with Walker.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, or you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here.
That's caught outside. It's complete. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off. They'll come up here, first and 10. From the gun, it's Milroe. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. To the air, it's Milroe. Forced out wide. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 31 yards.
Big play for Seattle. 31 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
On first and 10, it's Milroe. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Seahawks. For quarterbacks, there are so many stats we use to measure a good season. This is one of them. 30 touchdowns. That was number 30 on the year. Myers now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Seahawks will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Titans 7. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's second and 9.
Come on. Set. Cavalry Lions.
Throwing, Ward. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Well, he swung out wide to Spears. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Here's Ward. Moving to his left. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 25 on that connection. First down for Tennessee.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Open right side is Okonkwo. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before third down.
70 Rangers. Let's go now. 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler. Hey, pass. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 18, Pioneer. Let go.
To the air again. Ward. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. And he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On fourth down, on is the veteran Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. Play action. Milroe. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. On fourth down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt. That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This is fielded inside the 5. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Let's go.
Fake the handoff. Now Ward. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up second and 20 at the 6-yard line.
Mustang 19. 19 tight. 19 Lions.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. Headed left, buying time. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. But they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Titans punting unit comes out to the field, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. He's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football.
At their own 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bob. Go.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. And that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
On the jump. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
Now it's Milroe. Flush to his right. He keeps it himself. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. That is hard. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
24-yard line.
Real quick.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now a handoff to Pollard. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Derek Hall there to bring him down.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboys.
Now it's Ward. That is the rookie from Stanford, Alec Iomanner. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
16 yards. Pick up on that mark. That's good for a Titan first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Come on. Hey.
Now Pollard, and he'll be stepped up at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle made by Julian Love. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 9.
Gravity lying.
From the gun, here's Ward. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
He'll throw it left and has his running back, and he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So we see this more and more often in today's NFL, Mike, where on third down, the ball is actually thrown short of the chains, and there's really 2 reasons. 1, teams are a lot more willing to use 4th down, and 2, they have a lot of confidence in these receivers and tight ends and backs to run after the catch.
They're going to go. It's Ward. That is incomplete. Now they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. first and 10. Here comes Walker. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
It's a
Pick up of 14 on that one. First down, Seattle.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. Throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Straight ahead, it's Walker.
36-yard line.
Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
That's good for a Seahawks.
22 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Ready?
Off the play fake, here's Milroe. Nowhere to go, he is taken down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
And it's third down. Third and long.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Now Milroe facing third and long. Throwing left sideline, looks to be caught, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. It's incomplete. Probably one they'd like back. It's going to bring up fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
That is not going to do it. Tried to fight off a lot with that one. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is. It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10.
Ready? 19, 18. Ready?
Out of the gun, Ward. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up second and 20 at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Ward. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
It's a
A
pickup.
big play and a much-needed one as well. A pickup of 44 yards.
First and 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. To throw is Ward. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
A loss of 6. Brings up second and 16.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That'll be incomplete with a penalty flag down. It looked like someone was across early.
Tight. 60 Bison, 60 Bison, 19 Lions. Ready?
Throwing is Ward. He'll get this out wide to Pollard. To the pylon, he's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown Titans. That's his second touchdown this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year.
Joey Slye lining up for the
Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive, because they've still got some work to do.
To kick off for Tennessee.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Play action, it's Milroe. Throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
14 on the pickup. First down, Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go now. 68.
They'll go play action with Milroe. What teamwork the receiver coming back for the completion. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 1st and 10. Walker now gets us going here in the 4th quarter. The hold closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. On 3rd down, Milroe. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Okay, break.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down.
18 Rattler. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it with Milroe. That is incomplete. He couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
More often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
On the give, it's Pollard. And the struggle continues. He's dropping behind the line again. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Play fake. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes. Leonard Williams in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
Come on, go 3. Go, let it go. 19 Tiger.
Back to throw is Ward, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
An 8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
70 Rangers. Panther 11. Dragon 60.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Out to his right. And he did a pretty good job getting it back to the line of scrimmage as he's chased out of bounds.
Just getting anything out of that one, I think, is a positive. It looked like he might have to throw it away early. Instead, he pulls it down. He winds up picking up a yard.
Ready.
Ball is at the 8 for 2nd and goal. Milroe gonna look to run it himself, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jalen Milroe, touchdown Seattle. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jim DK. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
On 1st down, it's Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 6.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Here's Ward. To the left side, caught by Ridley. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
16 yards.
They get 16 on that connection. 1st down for Tennessee.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
18, pioneer. Ready. Go.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Ready.
Throwing again is Ward. And that's going to be intercepted by Tariq Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get the football at their own 23.
Take over 1st and 10.
So often it just comes down to decision-making, and while you understand there's going to be ups and downs and ebbs and flows anytime you're dealing with a young rookie quarterback, the reality is he wants to play well here at home. Maybe he's pressing a little bit, but he wants his fans and his home crowd to be behind him and support him. That's going to come. That's going to be all in due time. But here today, he's got to worry about just play well and execute at the quarterback position. Everything else will take care of itself.
And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
26 yards.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Throwing now, Milroe on 1st down. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike. This pass rush certainly isn't the reason why they're losing this game right now. I mean, they have made their presence felt all throughout this game, and they're about a half second away from adding another sack to their total.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. D.J. Johnson in there to drop him as he records his 5th sack of the year. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before 3rd down.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Milroe. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. That one is batted away, incomplete. No separation that time, tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he couldn't get that one to check up, and it'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Ernest Jones getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive. Now on 2nd and long.
Come on. Hit. Viking 18.
Now it's Ward. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Nick Emanwari.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with the ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
Here we go.
On play action, Milroe. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Get it. Let's go.
They go play action now with Milroe. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Woods.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
On 1st and 10, Ward. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Mustang 19. Ready.
Now, 1st down throw for Ward. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Ward. And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver.
10 yards to go.
And it's going to be third down.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Nineteen tight, 19 tight.
To the air again. Ward. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Again, it's Ward. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Emanwari.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, break.
From 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Off the play fake, here's Milroe. Open, left side is Barner. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. This one is about done.
31-yard line.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Jalen Farmer Davis.
Play action, it's Milroe. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force fourth down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
On the ready.
So, from the 36, it is first and 10.
Go.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. Clock stopped with 18 seconds remaining.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Come on, go.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Now Seattle will use the final timeout. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. What a terrific play at the back of the end zone. Greg, that is so hard to do, but something you did during your career. How do guys pull that off?
Yeah, the key here, Mike, is the concentration to not only see the ball, but then you have to feel the ground. You have to know exactly where you are in the back line of the end zone. And tell you what, this is about as good as it gets. Come down with the ball, 2 feet in bounds, touchdown.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. This returnable from the 4. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5.
Let's go now. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
One last throw here for Ward. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
It's just one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
2nd and 5. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Here we go. One final play. On the run to the right. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the visiting Seahawks. And make that a 5th straight victory, as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.